Welcome back to Building on a Budget Models for the final part of our 62 Shelby Cobra 289 build from Revell. Don't forget to click subscribe and the bell button to stay notified for more builds, tricks and tips. Firstly, this chrome tank at the front of the engine wasn't actually included in the instructions. However, you can see it on the back of the box. So before I put the body together, I made sure to glue that in. Next, I discussed on Facebook whether to go with the white side pipes or the chrome side pipes. And as many people pointed out, the chrome side pipes were more of a road feature, whereas the white ones had a kind of ceramic coating to protect them and make them ready for the track. After painting the side pipes white, I gave them a little bit of a weather with Tamiya smoke and black panel line accent colour. They were secured in place with super glue, as there are actually no places to glue them in. I then added the chrome features to the exterior of the car and coloured the tail lights using red and orange Sharpie. These are actually 427 tail lights from a later model of the car, so another small inaccuracy unfortunately. The fuel filler cap goes quite nicely into its slot. If you are planning to add the rear chrome bumper, the holes are too small, so you may have to enlarge them. I then added the boot handle using a little bit of super glue, but there's no actual hole for it, so you need to be very careful. Another thing which isn't mentioned in the instructions as far as I can tell is that you need to drill the hole for the roll hoop. As you can see here, it's very important to do this before you put the car together. And to be honest, it'd probably be best to do it before you even paint it. The roll hoop differs to the real FIA 289 as the triangular strut would go into the cockpit instead of onto the back of the car. The rearview mirror is quite nicely moulded, even though some of the versions actually had round rearview mirrors instead. I decided to try a new tip with these little round gems. They're about 1 millimetre wide and are self-adhesive, so I stuck them to the insides of the lights to replicate bulbs. This is quite a simple trick, and as I got 100 of them for £2, they'll go a really long way. I coloured the chrome indicators with the orange Sharpie just as I had done on the back. The headlights also have small mesh decals which would have protected the glass in reality. I decided not to do the small side windows as these were often removed from the racing versions. I realised that I'd forgotten to record the installation of the windscreen. There are 2 small slots for it, which makes it easy to get into the right place. However, there's no place for the wing mirrors to go. This was actually about my 5th attempt. I used a bit of semi-gloss black and Revell silver to detail the passenger seat cover. This is quite nicely moulded and it easily slots into place without needing to be glued down. Here I'm applying the mesh decals to the headlights. As they are flat but the headlights are convex, I had to apply a little bit of micro sol to soften the decal and let it better adhere to the surface. You could just leave these off if you preferred to, but I thought it gave it that raced car feel a little more. Finally, I used one of the spare wheel hubs along with a tyre that I had lying around and a Goodyear decal, and made a little spare wheel to go in the boot of the car. I know this wouldn't feature in a race car, but I thought it was a nice feature. And here is the finished car. I've included the front and rear chrome bumpers on this to show you what they would look like. However, I did choose to leave them off as the FIA 289 version didn't have them. There are a few inaccuracies with this kit, and some parts of it are quite fiddly, so it earns its level 5 rating. And here it is without the chrome. I considered making bumper supports as they often featured on the 289 FIA cars, but I decided that I liked the way it looked. The opening boot and bonnet, or trunk and hood, of this car I think are really nice features, and I couldn't resist putting something into the boot. Because this car is so open, I think it's a detailer's dream, and you can really go to town and add as much or as little as you want. It was quite a challenge, but I've enjoyed this and I'm pleased with the result. Please let me know how you are getting on with yours, what you think of mine, down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you soon.